important beneficiaries of IMD. Let me acknowledge that Tamil Nadu Disaster Management Department works in very close coordination with IMD, and IMD is a household name. As you can see, some of the senior directors of IMD are also household names in Tamil Nadu. So they are so well known in each and every house. Particularly, they are very close to student communities. So student like I think rain. So in those days, people used to say, some people go to school only when there is rain, just to take shelter. So malaki da odunguvaanga, like that. So now students, if there is rain, we keep the students away from the school, so that commutation, etc. is not a big problem for them. So that way IMD has a very important role to play. Of course, jokes apart, IMD is a great friend to the people of our country, especially agriculture population and fishermen population. And now with the growth of cities and urbanization, even every household in the city also gets impacted by slightest rainfall. So if we can get some early information, that is going to help us in a big way in mitigating the sufferings of the people. That is where Mr. Radhakrishnan as well as we stand to benefit from IMD by getting the timely information from you, even though it may not be sometimes, because it's a forecast. A forecast comes with certain probabilities and it can be uncertain sometimes, but still it's a very useful information to us to keep our machinery prepared for any eventuality. So that way we have been communicating with IMD almost on a day-to-day basis. In fact, I interact more with IMD than with any other my own departments in Tamil Nadu. And now IMD also has modernized to give nowcast every 3 hours, and you give impact-based forecasting, which is extremely useful to us because we want the people to know that there could be difficulties. And we want the people to be prepared in case of difficulties. So for that, the migration to impact-based forecasting has been extremely useful. I also feel that there's a lot of scope for, I think, developing further into this impact-based forecasting, though that may be falling into, I think, our area of expertise than IMD's expertise. So if we can jointly evolve some more fine-tuning of this impact-based forecasting, that is going to be very useful. I've been visiting a lot of states in India to know about preparedness for disasters and application of, again, science and technology for the common man during non-disaster time also. So that way I could see in some places the farmers make a call to IMD or to our disaster management authority to know whether it will rain in next 2 hours. I'm going to apply pesticides in my field. Please tell me. And they are able to, some places they are able to give even firqa-wise information. And they ask which is the direction of the wind. Please tell us so that I can start my application of pesticides from that side of the field. So that is the kind of improvement which is happening in our country. Even when I visited Philippines, they had very high regard for our IMD. I met the director of Science and Technology, Secretary DST there, Mr. Renaldo Sonedium. He also had very high words for IMD and its role. I think he was one of the students here in some of the institutions of IMD in Ahmedabad. So he fondly remembered and I also told him how we handled some of the recent disasters in Tamil Nadu with the extreme cooperation from IMD. So that way, we have Tamil Nadu government particularly. We have been cooperating with IMD, and we have made a lot of initiatives for improving the forecast mechanisms in Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu is a vast state with a lot of vulnerability for disasters. We have flood vulnerability, we have cyclone vulnerability, we have drought vulnerability, and some of the cloud bursts have created problem, particularly in Chennai city at very short notice. And even recent southern floods, we had hardly, I think, 12 hours notice to prepare. And of course, we responded very well, and we could minimize the loss of life and minimize damage to properties. However, I think we have to keep on learning from our past experiences and keep updating ourselves from both the sides, IMD as well as us. And ultimately, we have to work in sync with each other, because I realize it's not only just simple application of data. You have to have a heuristic idea of what's happening and how things are evolving. What is my style of functioning? What is IMD's style of functioning? We should, I think, the reaction time that is being given to us between the occurrence of the disaster and knowledge about it is becoming shorter and shorter because of the climate change and other things. When I was doing my master's in Kennedy School of Government some time back, about 10-15 years back, that was a time when climate change was being talked about. In fact, that time some professors used to take lectures to us saying that global warming is going to happen and there's going to be a temperature increase of about 4 degrees, 5 degrees, something like that for the global average, they used to say. But then they used to explain to us what does it exactly mean by 1 degree increase in average temperature. We may just think it is just 1 degree increase, but really that's going to have, if it is Arctic region, what's going to happen? If it is a sub-ocean region, what is going to happen? So now I realize that's becoming a reality now, with the floods happening in Dubai, with the floods happening in China, with the floods happening in Chennai. So what the professors were cautioning us some 15 years back, that is actually happening, as mentioned by our respected Director General of IMD. So, but I'm sure we are making the right directions and right initiatives. We are in the right direction. And I'm also very glad that IMD is coming out to interact with people very frequently. And in fact, even I appreciate your recent press releases on heat wave advisory. Heat wave is a new concept to Tamil Nadu. Though some parts of Tamil Nadu used to be quite hot, but now we are able to feel it as a thing which is really impacting the day-to-day life of people in Tamil Nadu, and people have to be prepared for that. So we are grateful to IMD for all their inputs and all their cooperation, and they have also never hesitated to interact with me anytime. They drop into my office whenever there's a need, and they call up and inform us, not only me, our Commissioner Corporation, Chief Secretary, whoever is authority, they do not hesitate to call us and give us the right input at the right time. I really acknowledge their valuable service which they have been doing to people of Tamil Nadu, particularly this 150 years of IMD's journey is a big milestone, and it's an occasion for us to stop to congratulate the good work done by all of you, and also to take stock of where we are going ahead. I think more than reminiscing on 150 years, where are we going to be in next 25 years? Where are we going to be in next 10 years? That also becomes equally important, for which we are always here to support you. And you can also guide us what exactly we should do from our side, and we'll be ready to do. You can see we have also installed many all-weather stations and automatic rain gauges all over Tamil Nadu. Nearly 1,400 rain gauges are being installed now currently in Tamil Nadu. And Agriculture University has about 150 automatic weather stations. So we'll be very happy to exchange data with you. And you can utilize this data and give us more accurate predictions. And currently we give predictions on a district basis. So if it can be broken into a taluk or block level or firqa level, that will be even more accurate for us to be prepared in our preparedness measures. I think with these few words, I'm really happy to have Secretary Earth Sciences here, as well as Director General IMD here. It's a happy occasion to see you, and kindly help us in whatever way you can. I look forward to better interactions in the years to come, as it has been in the past. Thank you.
Has been very kind to grace this evening with his presence. Sir is a veterinarian by qualification. He is a 1992 batch IAS officer. Sir has been credited with handling of children blood without any public health hazard. He has been bestowed with various awards, some of them being award from the Rotary Club of Chennai Central for exemplary services during the aftermath of tsunami, and Green Award for providing leadership towards environmental protection and prevention of pollution. I request sir to address the gathering.
Very good morning to everybody. Anavarkum vanakkam. Most respected Dr. M. Ravichandran, who is the Secretary of Ministry of Earth Sciences. So for all of us, it's a privilege that the 150th year Secretary has decided to come, and it's an honor for City of Chennai that here, which actually started the entire thing, our Secretary has come for this 150th year of Indian Meteorological Department and 80 years of Regional Meteorological Center. Again, just before me, I was always requesting, என்ன முன்னாடி பேச விடுங்க, ஏன்னா எஸ்கே பிரபாகர் சார் ஸ்டேட் லெவல் டேட்டா வச்சிருக்காரு, என்னோட மூத்தவர் இஸ் அ வெரி நாலேஜபிள் பர்சன். ஸோ ஹி ஹஸ் கவர்ட் த என்டையர் கம்பஸ் of what he has done as an additional chief secretary. The biggest thing which I learned from him, Sir Ravichandran sir, is that when cyclone is there, flood is there, somebody has to be there as a calm person to guide the disaster management. That is, we see in him. So he has been a very good guide and also a support. I think a lot of people from the districts have come, will acknowledge. So the last thing which we have to do, because I have been in a number of disasters, is the head should not panic. The head should be a calming force. So that way we have had here as the, again a guest of honor along with the chief guest. Then of course Director NIOT Dr. G. Ramdas. But most importantly, who of course Ramdas is a host. Along with us we have Dr. M. Mahapatra, Director General of Meteorology, who has again given a very, very vast expanse of what it is and what they have achieved. Very grateful that both of you, both Mr. Ravichandran sir and Mahapatra sir have come here. Then of course our own dear people here, apart from Ramdas sir, our Nammaloda Balachandran sir, who has been here, who has been with us hand in glove in every activity. Then all the seniors who are there. Nama Ramanan sir in the period theriyum, but ella period la theriyana nangala 92, sir engalukku munnadi 89. We all know Dr. Ramanan, Y. Raj. We have attended so many meetings. Dr. V. Sharma, S.K. Subramaniam, A.K. Bhatnagar, N. Jayanti. The honor which they have given you, that is the way it should go. We should remember our seniors who have guided us. And Inga, if you look at Dr. Ravichandran, he was here in this NIOT. Then post-tsunami, he has had all over India service. Post-tsunami, setting up of that tsunami warning center in Hyderabad was done by him. So we all have gained with each other, just like S.K. Prabhakar said. So we also have with us our integrated command and center, Greater Chennai Corporation, then Muthukumaran, Joint Director, then all from the districts have come, Airport Authority has come, Army has come, Coast Guard has come. This is what is called a stakeholders meet. And we are all meeting here to commemorate. And as Chennai Commissioner, Chennai Managarachi Aaniyara, na eppovume thodangiradhu, Chennai Adayalam kattapattadu. It was shown by 1639. Everybody says Chennai was born in 16. It was not born. It was available. It was there. 1639, Francis Day said, this is a very good place to live. Don't go to Machilapatnam, don't go to Surat, don't go to other places. It was identified as Chennai. But it is seated with history. If you look at the second oldest eye hospital, it is in this. If you look at this, first private person, 1786 he started an observatory. 1792 East India Company took over. Collectors were there in Chennai 1790. Salem collector, if you go to collectorate, you will see 1790 till today names of people are there. That is the kind of history with which we encourage the country as a country, and country set it up in 150 years back, and today IMD has not looked back. This particular center, Regional Meteorological Center, would be 80 years, but the base, Adhe Mari Kodaikanal. If you go to Salem Collectorate, there is a seismological observatory. Ministry of Earth Sciences covers everything. Air, water, tectonic plates, everything comes under that one ministry. So this is the kind of importance. அந்த அளவுக்கு இது இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் நம்ம மாவட்டத்திலேருந்து வரீங்க இல்லையா, 1786லேருந்து நமக்கு இந்த வரலாறு இருக்கு. அந்த வரலாறு தான் கொடைக்கானல் அப்சர்வேட்டரியும் இருக்கு. நீங்க சோலார் எக்லிப்ஸ் பண்ணா அங்க போய் பாருங்க. சேலத்துல ஒரு பூகம்பத்தை அளவுகோல் பண்ணக்கூடியது இருக்கு. டுடே we have expanded. நான் என்னோட I would go only anecdotal. See, my personal experience is just like S.K. Prabhakar sir. We have every day, recently, there was heavy 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, பயங்கர மழை. எனக்கு அந்த மழை கண்டாலே அப்போ டெஃபினட்டாக அர்பன் ரெயின்ஸ் ஆர் சேலஞ்ச் சொல்லி இமீடியட்டாக நிம்மதிக்கு நான் ரேஸ் கோர்ஸ் ரோட் போயிடுவேன். ஏன்னா அங்கே தான் முதல்ல தண்ணி ரிலீஸ் ஆகும், ட்ரையாக இருக்கணும்னு. இமீடியட்லி ஐ காட் அ கால் ஃப்ரம் ஆனரபிள் CM at 5. What is happening? இடி மின்னலாக இருக்கே அப்படின்னு. Then I told him, sir, even that their landline is not working. But by the time I had contacted Balachandran sir, and he immediately told me, this rain வந்து 8-9 9 o'clock உள்ள போயிடும். So that kind of calmness, we are able to get that decision. That's an unusual sudden rain. This happened one off day, but that is the kind of now cost which he is talking. When I was Nagapatnam collector, Fanusnu or Poel, it was Poela when the deep depression amarthu. Everybody was looking at Parangipetai, they were looking at this place. I decided that as collector, in between Karaikal is there, Karaikal they have a facility, radar. So I just went to that Karaikal facility and asked that person, Yengappa varudhu in the Poyal. He said, sir, அவன் காட்டுறது மார்னிங் அப்படி போயிட்டு இருந்தது, கொடியம்பாளையம் இதெல்லாம் போயிட்டு இருந்தது. இப்போ பார்த்தா இது வேதாரண்யத்தை கொடியக்கரை தாண்டுன்னு. Immediately we relocated and ensured everybody is out, not a single death. But it actually crossed in Vedaranyam. Similarly, Gaja Poyal, every time they again, Okki Poyal, Okki Poyal, Kadalla Meenavar, this side if you look at Varda, Thane, Kadalur. So you can reel out names up to Maichung or the latest episode. So today this ministry is not looking, and many a times, we think it is only rain forecasting. Common people, perception. But CRSR Sonamari, Mahopatra Sar Sonamari, this is something which farmers look into, fishermen look into, common people look into, Nagarpurathala we look into whether there is likely to be a sudden spurt of rain. But last time, June 19th, we had rains. Unprecedentedly, a clutch of rain. After that, for the next 100 days, 67 days, we had rain. But it was isolated. So that kind of nowcasting facility they have, and that is the kind of help this particular department has been doing for us. Now I'll end by telling we have very few things. We have to demystify this. பத்திரிகை மற்றும் தொலைக்காட்சித்துறை நண்பர்கள் இருக்கீங்க, பொது மக்கள்கிட்ட நீங்க demystify பண்ற கடமை நமக்கு இருக்கு. என்கிட்ட நிறைய பேர் கேட்டாங்க, can you guarantee anything? I can't. In weather, we cannot guarantee anything that nothing will happen, no place will be. You have seen Dubai. Before that you saw California. Before that in India we saw Hyderabad or Bengaluru or Ahmedabad or Delhi or for that matter Velinatla, Hong Kong, everywhere. Suddenly we are getting clutch of rainfall. Then we have challenges, climate change already is there. Panic panna vendiyadilla. Ana we have to take mitigative efforts. So on one side is early warning. People continue to, evlo sonalum Perumbakam people will live. Somebody will live in low-lying area. So he has to be given an early warning. Singapore la inda edathila ivlo mada peyyum, so you may have inundation. Actually it is there. If you see the 3-hour nowcast, it is there. But people don't go through. Farmers are very smart. Fishermen are very smart. Ana நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடுறோம், அந்த நவுகாஸ்ட்னு இவங்க கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸ்க்ரால்ல நீங்க நியூஸ்ல போடுறீங்க, எல்லாரும் போடுறோம். ஆனா சில பேர் கவனக்குறையா விட்டுறாங்க. நாங்க இப்போ சில ஏரியால சொன்னோம் வந்துருங்கப்பா, அந்த ஏரியால இல்ல. ஆனா மழை பெஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் when it is starting for this problem of Chennai is there is only 4 outlets. Whatever stormwater drain we make, ultimately we can go only Kovalam, Kosathalayar, that side we have to Kosathalayar lapom, Ilya Adayar lapom, Ilya Kuvat lapom, Ilya in the Buckingham Canal and Kovalam. So idella public we have to take into account and then say there is of course for alerting this we are there. So we need also to understand that urban floods will be a floods is a misnomer. It is more an inundation. Another, everybody says not land use has been changed, land use. Alli Kulam was the Kulam where Ripon building is there. You pathirpenga meme poduvan. Ripon building la tani vandirthu அப்படினு. குளத்துல தான் ரிப்பன் பில்டிங் அந்த காலத்திலே கட்டியிருக்கான் வித் வெல் ஃபவுண்டேஷன். ரிப்பன் பில்டிங் குளத்துக்குள் வந்துடுதுங்கிறது செய்தியா போடும் இல்லையா? ஸோ அது நான் தப்புன்னு சொல்ல. லேக் வியூ ரோட் முன்னாடி லேக் இருக்கா? Have you seen Lake View Road? So nothing to see in these cases. Then you are saying it is not to make a thing. We need to understand that once upon a time the world was only water. அதுக்கப்புறம் தானே லெமூர் ஆகண்டா இந்த கண்டா எல்லாம் வந்தது. So we need to make compensatory things to ensure that development takes place with disaster risk reduction features. That is the concept which from IMD and all we should get all the data, various sources we should do. Similarly, ecosystem based disaster risk reduction should be the buzzword. Climate change should be the ultimate, but steps towards the climate change. And for early people living with risk. Enna sonnalum somebody will be near Jatkapuram, Laknagar. For him, we should have a very good early warning risk and then say that he is evacuated. So there are multiple opportunities we can work with. As far as IMD is concerned, we have only gained. My personal view has been just like S.K. Prabhakar son, across the board, Ramanan Sara Arkaton, Ilya Balchandran Sara Arkaton, we keep on calling. And they have also, without any hesitation, midnight, late early morning, Patriya they will be addressing, then they will come back, they will keep on be alerting, and probably they also used to give us an advance alert. That is the kind of coordination, cooperation we should have. With regard to others, we also acknowledge that it is not just a rain as a end. Aviation, it is required. Water, it is required. Similarly, in several fields, we have drought, it is required, flood is required, fisheries, it is required, urban management, it is required. So we all are brothers in the same group, and it's so we are so proud that RMD Chennai has the history, and today we are having that national function here, 150th year. I am sure that we will go in and continue to cooperate. I end by saying Engloda Command and Control Center, CRA Sonamari, we have had many of these facilities already there, sensors are there, disruptive technologies, Internet of Things வந்துருது. அதே மாதிரி ஒரு in case we have to go under a subway, we can, Bangalore incident will not happen because we know what is the level water is there. So those kind of new technologies, rainwater, all weather station, rainwater station, automatic facilities are there. We are cooperating and coordinating. With these few words, I feel extremely proud that I could be part of this historic function, and with such history there, I think we need to take this celebration to make people more aware that weather is something, it is part of it. அமெரிக்காவில் சொல்ற மாதிரி அந்த வெதர் ஸ்டேஷனே, இந்த டெலிவிஷனுக்கே ஒரு சப்ஸ்டேஷன் இது இருக்கும், சேனல், வெதர் சேனல் மாதிரி நம்மளும் நிறைய வச்சுட்டு இருக்கோம். ஆனால் நிரந்தரமாக அந்த வெதரை பற்றி ஒரு தொலைநோக்கு அப்டேட்டோடு இருக்கணும். லாஸ்ட் பட் நாட் லீஸ்ட், வெயில் காலத்துலையும் யூ ஹவ் கிவன் அ வெரி குட் அப்டேட். ஐ எம் ஷுர் அட் கார்பரேஷன் லெவல் we have opened more than 200 centers where we can give water, and in all the 300 health facilities we have kept ORS, and we are guiding people that what they should and what they should not do based on you and based on our boss CRA. Avarum clear advisory kuduthirkaru, and all the collectors. Of course, Chennai is not part of the immediate 8 or 9 districts, but we also have to be careful. With these few words, in disaster, I always end by saying we should be proud that so many of us coordinate and do so much. But we should also be realistic that there is so much more to do. பொதுமக்களோட எதிர்பார்ப்பு நிறைய இருக்கிறதுனால இன்னும் ஏன்னா அதில் ஏற்படக்கூடிய இறப்பு சுனாமியில் நான் போன அன்னைக்கு 6,65 டெத்ஸ். கும்பகோணம் தீவிரத்து நாட் ரிலேட்டட் ஐஎம்பிடி 94 டெத்ஸ். இங்கே 19 இறப்போட நம்ம போட்டி போட முடியாது, போட்டி போடக்கூடாது. We should not compete, we should relieve them. What we should end by telling, ஒரு குழந்தை அந்த சுஜித்ங்கிறவர் போர்வெல்ல போனா கூட இந்தியாவே அந்த குழந்தையை காப்பாற்றுறதுக்கு தோல்வி அடைந்தது. அது நெகட்டிவா சில பேர் பேசுவாங்க. ஆனா அந்த ஒரு உயிர் கூட பாதிக்கப்படாதுங்கிறது தான் சிஆர்ஏயோட அப்ரோச், அவர் ரெவென்யூ டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆர் நேஷனல் டிசாஸ்டர் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் அப்ரோச். அந்த எண்ணத்துல தான் ஆல் ஆஃப் அஸ் ஷுட் work and சொல்லி இந்த வாய்ப்பளித்த அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி சொல்லி I once again thank the Principal Secretary, Government of India, the additional CS, and of course Mohapatra ji for coming and giving us, and all the seniors who are there, and of course our host and Balachandran sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening speech, sharing anecdotes from your personal experience working with IIT. Dr. M. Ravichandran sir is the Secretary to Government of India, Ministry of Earth Science since October 2021. He was Director, National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, Goa, between 2016 to 2021, and has obtained his PhD in Physics from University of Pune. Sir worked as an agnostic scientist in IITM, Pune, ocean technologist at NIOT Chennai, a physical oceanographer at INCOIS Hyderabad before joining the NCPOR. We cordially invite our chief guest, Dr. M. Ravichandran sir, Secretary MOES, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Dr. Mohapatra, Director General, India Meteorological Department, Sri Prabhagar, Commissioner of Revenue and Disaster Management, Dr. Radhakrishnan, Commissioner of Greater Chennai Corporation, Dr. Ramadas, Director NIOT, Dr. Balakrishnan, Head RMC, and my seniors, Dr. Jayanti Madam, Dr. Bhatnagar, Dr. Subramaniam, Dr. Y.A. Raj, and Dr. Ramanan, and various invitees from the stakeholders, as well as my colleagues and friends and media. Very good morning to all of you. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here as part of this 150 years celebration of IMD and also 80 years of regional center of Chennai Center. I think this is, first of all, I thank the local organizer to arrange the stakeholders meeting at this important day, because we need to take a feedback from stakeholders, what we are doing recently, how our forecast is, and what we need to improve. That is more important when you provide the services. We are at the Ministry of Earth Sciences, deal with the atmosphere, hydrosphere, cryosphere, geosphere, and associated biosphere. But our main goal is how to translate science to services to the society. So the society is the main important things. How do we translate the science, or with the common man, how we can use the science? That's more important. In that aspect, we in all spheres for the Mother Earth related things, either it is resources or it is a disaster, maybe hazard management or disaster management, we need to look at it holistically. As you all know that IMD has passed about 150 years. I think they started with the simple barometers with many locations as observations, and they made some of the synaptic chart and tried to see the forecast, how the weather is behaving. So as long as you know how the humidity and how the temperature and wind you know, then where it will go. So try to forecast slowly. So it has started with the humble beginning, and now later on it has started with some of the synaptic observations, then some simple tools like statistical models and other things they build. But now it is having various kinds of numerical models, physics-based numerical models, and with the intent of observations. The weather forecast is mainly depend, as you all are pointed out, it is very complex phenomena. It is like our human health. So we are looking at the Mother Earth. See, whatever the temperature increases, what we will do, if you don't know, can we know if anything temperature increases in our body or any problem comes? That is the first reaction. There is some problem in our body. Similarly, now the global warming scenario is happening. So entire globe Earth is warming, so some problem. So for understanding that itself big issues. Of course, now we need to have more and more observations, and we have to understand the processes, then we have to model it, then we have to forecast. So as of now, the science can give some clue. If you have a large scale features, it is very easy to understand. We know what is going on and we are able to predict better. But if we now the global warming scenario or the climate change scenario, the things are happening is differently. That is, maybe the air can hold now more water than if a lesser temperature. So because of that, what happened? Now the extreme rains are increasing more and more, and also we have a discomfort. If the air is having more humidity, that means even 35 degree, you feel earlier better, now it is not better, so discomfort. So because of this warming effect, there are many factors are happening. Even we don't know many processes which we are not able to predict, even cloudburst, thunderstorm, and all many other weather phenomena. We are not able to predict well because we know we need to understand much more. We need more science. So for that we need more observations, and also we should have more and more observation. I think our commissioner already mentioned. I think more and more observations are available. So I don't know whether it is all going to the data assimilation mode in the numerical model, or I am not sure. But it is very important because if you have more and observations, we will have better predictions. So the observation is the key. So that is why now we are going with very massive enhancement of observation, not only in situ, but also satellite and radar and drone and other things. We need to augment more and more in the coming years so that we can go for very local forecast level. I think now as the warming scenario increases, one more thing is now the localist rains are very difficult to predict. So that is why major things now, but many things in the coming years also, we will get more localized rain, and how to prepare that we need to plan. Even for water harvesting storage, earlier it was light rains are more, now heavy rains are more, but in short duration, but total quantities remains the same. So now how to save the water and how to avoid the flooding, maybe coastal flooding and other thing. And because of this somewhere flooding, other places you get a drought. So how to have a remedy for that. So we have to equip for both things. We are encountering, because of the climate change effect, we are encountering two problems. One is flooding, other one is drought. So that is a nature we are facing towards that. Then we have to think about how we have to encounter in the coming years. Of course, from our side, the ministry and IMD side, we are thinking of going for more and more observation, because if you are measuring your heartbeat, I cannot predict his heartbeat. Similarly, we need to have more and more observation. That means every village or every panchayat level, we need to go for observation so that we can go and forecast up to panchayat level. Until we don't go, then it is very difficult, because large scale feature what we are given conventionally or maybe in the earlier years, it is not possible. Now we have to augment more and more infrastructure. I think this coming year we are going, up to now we know whatever the forecast we are giving. If anything happening within 10 kilometers, it is difficult to predict as of now, because of the higher, computer resources, observational resources, all these things are possible as of now. This is also, this 10 kilometers is the world's best model we are running. And it is one among the best, by the top three countries is only running 10 kilometer model, one among India. But still, our process are going within 10 kilometers. That means we need to go much beyond higher. I think maybe in the coming few months, we will go for at least 5 times higher computing power. We are going to get it, and we will go for better augmentation of models and other things. I think we are planning also various tools and technology, like Dr. Radhakrishnan, Commissioner, has mentioned about the various IoT device or maybe various technologies, whatever has come out, that we have potentially we have to use it and go for improvement of the forecast. And now maybe the 3 things will be eventually major things will be happening. One is extreme rain will be going on increasing, so we have to prepare for it. And the lightning and thunderstorm also will be increasing. And the cyclone things also will be intensifying in the coming years. These are the 3 things which we have to prepare, and we need to have remedial measures in terms of management preparation, as well as for forecasting method we need to improve. These are the major things which we need to what is called prepare and coming in the forthcoming years. Of course, the IMD Chennai, 80 years they have serviced, and they have, I don't know, maybe they are encountered with the southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon, cyclone, lightning, coastal region. The coastal region is tough to predict when compared to other places. That is also another problem, because when the sea breeze, land breeze started, then the entire, you may be forecasting this, but sea breeze turned differently, then you will be able to have a chaos in that. So there are a lot of complexities involved, especially in Chennai as well as in the coastal cities. And in the, especially in the warming scenario, I think we will be having more and more what is called complexity. I think we are trying to resolve this complexity in various observations as well as understanding. At the same time, disaster management and the stakeholders also need to have preparation well in advance, and we have to have more and more interaction. It is not that once in 20 years or once in a year we meet. I think it is very important. The stakeholder meets, we have to have at least once in 6 months in the locally. I understand the problem local, and they also need to understand our problem. What is best possible from meteorological community, what we can forecast. Suppose you can forecast for next 3 months ahead now whether thunderstorm will come. It is impossible. It is our things also to educate the people, common man as well as press and everybody, what is possible from forecast. And similarly from their side we have to understand what is their need. You simply give rain will come or anything, but what is their exact requirement, impact-based forecast and other things we need to augment, and we need to go depending upon the user requirements. For that we have to have more and more interaction. For that I think this stakeholder meets will be a starting point. I think maybe we should have more and more with all the disaster managers as well as various stakeholders to interact more, so that we can get a better feedback from them. Then we can have a what is called improvement in our model. It is not end of it, because it is a long way to go, and every year whatever we are trying to achieve, but it is also changing, so we have to go further. So it is we have to improve in the coming years, and with this I think I request all of you to give your feedback, especially what is your requirement, so that we can take it and we will work towards in that direction. With this, thank you very much for calling me, and thank both the commissioners for coming. And I think you are the real man to look into the real field, so you know better than us. So we need your feedback also then and there, so that we can improve whatever possible way from our side. Thank you very much.
Our retired senior IMP officer, Dr. R.K. Sharma sir, has joined us. I request Dr. Mohapatra sir to felicitate Dr. R.K. Sharma sir, retired Deputy Director General of Meteorology. I welcome Dr. R.K. Sharma sir to join us on the stage. Sir headed RMC training from 2007 to 2008. He was associated with operation and maintenance responsibilities of cyclone detection radars at Mumbai, Gujarat, and Visakhapatnam for more than 20 years. Your contributions to the department has been instrumental to our progress, sir. Thank you, sir. We thank Dr. M. Ravichandran, sir, Secretary MOES, for sharing with us his valuable thoughts on the way ahead of IMD. Now I request Dr. B. Amuda ma'am, Scientist at RMC Chennai, to deliver the vote of thanks. After the vote of thanks, we request all to please stay back for the national anthem.
Sir.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். I start my Thanksgiving by reciting a verse from Tirukkural. நெடுங்கடலும் தன் நீர்மை குன்றும் தடுங்கழிதான் நல்காது ஆகிவிடும். அதாவது even the ocean will get depleted if the cloud doesn't give rain. So we belong to the Indian Meteorological Department, giving weather services, managing public weather services, entering 150th year of celebrations, and the Regional Meteorological Center also has entered into the 80th year of providing public weather services. First, I would like to thank both our guests of honor, Shri S.K. Prabhakar IAS, our CRA, with whom we liaison very closely, almost on a day-to-day basis, related to all disaster-related aspects, providing all aspects. And we have seen that they have a very down-to-earth approach. Thank you, sir, for all the interactions and understanding and support which you have for us. Next, I would like to thank Dr. J. Radhakrishnan IAS. We have come to notice his effective and it's a very enthusiastic leadership which he has shown during the tsunami days. His services, and as a lady off the records, when some children lost their parents, out of office, he has adopted some girl children, educated them, so that is the service he has rendered, and continuously for him disasters have never been new. He has handled them very well. Thank you, sir, for showing such leadership and being a source of inspiration. So today we have two administrators from the government of Tamil Nadu who have spared their valuable time and ensured that they are present here amongst us. Thank you so much, sir, both of you. And then I would like Secretary Dr. M. Ravichandran, MOES. In fact, he